right, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Shatoyia Jones, founder and CEO of the First Ladies of Party Foundation and host of Invest to Manifest and La de la Paz. So, I watched Black is King today. I actually did not want to get Disney Plus because I just feel that in this time I really wanted to support a lot of African American owned streaming services and things of that nature. But when Beyonce decided that she was going to create Black is King and make it exclusively on Disney Plus, I was like, okay, I could probably wait it out and then wait. But then I was like, but I really want to see this. The trailer looked amazing. Her work, like I know when she was younger, it's kind of like pop star, doing what she loved, but more so in a pop star sense. And so I really wasn't as into her as most people. But when she started, I think from right before Lemonade and on down, I've been obsessed with Miss Beyonce. And so I just want to say kudos to Beyonce on Black is King because it taught me so much about Black history in an hour and a half almost than I've learned in my 2 decades of being on this earth. And it's emotional for me because I felt like I was really going home in a way. Like I felt, even though I'm just here in my living area, I felt like I was being transported back home. And I don't know, I'm so teary, like I'm so emotional. I tried to like clean my face before I got on, but it gave me tears of joy to see the excellence, to see us represented the way we are, not from a Hollywood perspective, not carry on European centric stereotypes and narratives and historical narratives that put on us, but us in our glory and our magic and who we are as people. And she represented that so well. I think she even tackled the colorism in our community super well. And even though she's the star, she's the artist who put all this together and who created this vision and brought other people in. She made sure to highlight darker skin complexions. And that was something I was super, I don't know why, maybe it's because watching media and being in poverty alleviation, you start to see the lack of representation. And now I'm super jarred when I go into spaces and I don't see darker brown faces or just that one person of African descent. But she went the entire African diaspora spectrum, even the very light skinned African American woman who could be mistaken as a person of European descent with the red hair. You don't see many of that in media represented. And so I am just in awe. I am over, I am full of joy and full of emotion. It's something I want to put in my, I want to have in my living room. Like I want it on DVD. I I need it tangibly so that I can keep it forever and ever. And I know the internet technically is forever and ever, but it's one of those masterpieces that I just want to have in my home. And that's something that I haven't said in a long time about media and movies that have come out. I've never felt like recently a lot that I would want this movie in my home. I would want to see this over and over and I want to have access to it immediately offline. But Black is King, that's something I would immediately want tangibly in my home offline. And this is a project I also got teary about because I'm not established enough for her to know who I am. And so this is something I really would have loved to be a part of as a dancer, even just to be on set and watch the magic happen. I would have loved to be on this project. Even giving some creative direction or adding a perspective of poverty alleviation and racial equity into that as well, bringing that perspective to the creative scene. And I've been wanting to get back into my creative side with dancing and art and film in such a long time. And I hope one day I can work on a creative project like this one with her in the future. Because this, I, part of me was like, oh my God, this is amazing. The fashion, pure African fashion with the colors, the boldness. You can't miss it. And it's not like super in your face, but just by its design, you can tell, I can tell a true African clothing or fabric just by design, just by looking at it. And for me, I don't know, it's all just all of it together, all of the representation, so beautiful. And I'm so happy she wasn't someone who was like, I'm going to get a Hollywood movie and be the representation. She created her own. And not only was she representing African heritage, but she had her loved ones, her mother, Kelly, her daughters, Kelly's, I think, son or child was in there, I think. Her mother, and going back into just our history, the ancestors, the grandmothers, the traditional rituals of celebration and birth, and the dance moves, which does have a representation. There was so much symbolism, and it was all a celebration of true African American heritage, not the Hollywood version, not the entertainment crap that caters to Eurocentric beliefs and narratives, but it was true African beauty and glory and culture and representation. And I am overjoyed and overflowed and so happy I made the decision to just put my whole, just investing in African American things aside, because technically I am investing because it's her project that she worked on. But at the same time, I'm glad I put my previous thoughts aside so that I can actually just go ahead and see it now and not wait until later when it may be on another platform. So thank you, Beyonce, for this amazing masterpiece. It's art in motion. It's performance art. And wow. I don't know what else to say other than I am still processing it as I'm speaking. I'm still going through the images in my head. Like, I started tearing up, and don't I haven't teared up in a long time about anything. And that for me, I don't think people understand how impactful and how significant this project was, especially in this time. I don't know if people are going to really understand and really get why this is something that's important. Why, and of course, they're not going to get all the symbolism, but just the significance. I don't think people are going to feel that weight until they feel that weight, if that makes sense. And part of that is that kinship, that community that we're going to need to have in order to truly feel the weight of the significance of this project. So far, I would say a little bit before Lemonade, I have just been in awe of Beyonce and her work and her intention. I think that's what it is. That's the word. The intentionality behind everything she's done. Not saying she didn't have intention before in her early days, but just saying now is very clear. It's very obvious. There's intention in every little detail. Um, if you've ever done film, you understand. And I guess too, if you've never done film, you don't truly understand all the impact and all the things that go into it. And so, how significant it is, the project, the way she told the story, the way you were transported into different types of African cultures and stories. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And I don't know, I don't want to keep rambling and saying the same thing in a different way, but essentially, thank you. Thank you, Beyonce, for this amazing project. Thank you for pouring your love. I felt your love poured into this project, um, for the African American culture and the African diaspora in general. Thank you for being conscious and mindful and intentional about the representation and about how you told our stories, not just for money, but just because of the love you have for our people. And that, for me, I guess I want to bring that love into my home. So if you can make that, if you ever see this or your people see this, hopefully they can convince you to put it on DVD or to create a museum where we can watch it, a movie theater, put it in movie theaters where we can go and watch it. Because, I mean, probably not right now, but maybe if we can reserve a space, get a DVD, reserve a space and watch it, because I need this. I'm gonna speak for myself. I need this in my home, tangibly, where I can share it with everyone I know, um, outside of Disney Plus. But even the choice of putting it on Disney Plus, that intention was just not only from a business perspective, but from a future generation perspective. Everything about this, I can't. I don't know how she does it. I don't know the genius that she comes up with and the images and how she frames things. I don't know what the secret is. I don't know if it's the team. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, please keep doing it. And thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Black is King. Y'all need to go watch it. Disney Plus. Thank you. And kudos also, one more thing. Kudos to Disney for actually understanding, or even if you didn't fully understanding that this was a significant project that deserved to be featured amongst the animated stuff. So kudos to Disney Plus for that recognition, because I know a lot of other platforms probably didn't quite understand how it fit in certain categories. But for y'all to take that shot, not to say like, because I think anyone who works with Beyonce will have major gains, but kudos to y'all for taking that vision and being a part of that vision, because that also changed the game for Disney Plus as well. So congratulations to everybody involved. What a phenomenal project. And thank you again, Beyonce, for just existing and doing what you do. Thank you.